What's up, everyone? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Welcome back to our podcast. Welcome back to our life. So today we're going to be talking again about our life.
And I don't know how many times you said life. We're back.
Anyway, so we're going to ask each other questions. This is our Q&A from all of our fans asking their questions, remember? We still have not gone back to them. I'm so sorry, you guys. But do you want to pull up the questions? You want to pull up the questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pull up the questions.
So while he's pulling up the questions, I'll catch you guys up. So we haven't filmed a podcast since like October. So of course we're like so much more mature spiritually, emotionally, and physically now because it's been so long, right, Bo?
Uh-huh.
So we just need to crack open the wisdom again because let's go.
Yeah.
So he's looking up, he's finding our Q&A box that you guys
filled
out. Okay. Oh yeah, we're in Bo's new house. He purchased a home, obviously. There's a new... Oh yeah, that's why it's a new setup. We haven't even told anybody. A new setup because it's at his house. And we'll drop the house tour one day.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
I don't know when either. It's not really set up yet.
Like, we don't have any pictures on the walls.
Oh, I got the questions.
Oh, okay, perfect. So you can just hit us with them, Bo.
Okay, let's see. Let's get a random
We'll get
question.
like 5 questions.
Yeah. Ooh. This is a good one.
Okay, go.
You ready? How do you handle seasons when one spouse feels spiritually dry?
Ooh.
Mm.
That's pretty good.
How
You
do
want
you
to answer that one?
Oh, me? Okay. Well, I feel like this has happened, you know?
Yes. With me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's tough. It's difficult.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that's when you really need to be more open with each other. Like, be honest. Like, if your spouse comes to you and like brings something and says like I feel like this is wrong, or I feel like I'm not motivated to read, or I'm not motivated to pray, or I can't pray, or like I don't feel like I'm connected, or spiritually I feel distant and stuff like that. You know, I feel like that's when you as the other person kind of need to step up in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's where you take over and you pray for them. You know, you pray over them more. You maybe read for them, like read with them, you know?
Yeah.
But
like also whenever you're dating, it's not really your responsibility.
Yeah.
Yet. But like whenever you get married, that is part of your responsibility with helping your spouse, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But in dating, it's not. But also, like, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. It's not just talking about marriage. It's also, like, with friendship and stuff.
Yeah.
So why would it go towards dating relationships?
Yeah, I feel like in dating, it's a little bit different. Like for me and you know? Like, yes. I can't step in and like tell her what to do and like make her do things. I can't be like, okay, go read your Bible. Like, okay, go do this, go do that. You know, like.
Yeah. But instead, we do like whenever that did happen, you'd be like, okay, let's read the Bible together.
Yeah.
And then you'd always randomly be like, let's pray.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm not really in that anymore. Well, as much. I've been actually like reading the Bible. The only thing I really, really struggle with is prayer. You know? But
how do you feel about prayer?
I don't know. I think.
What do you think prayer is?
Well, I know it's just talking to God. You don't just pray to ask for stuff. Which I know that. I don't have like a misunderstanding of prayer. It's just hard to pray because I had the misunderstanding for so long. My whole life.
Yeah.
And like, um, it's like to build the relationship with God. But also, actually, it's not really my misunderstanding of prayer. It's been a misunderstanding of God. You know, like whenever you don't have the right understanding of God's heart, it's harder to pray
Hmm.
about stuff.
Yeah.
But some
Yeah.
days it's really easy to pray. Like,
Yeah.
I can just pray forever some days.
I feel like for me, obviously, when things are going great, it's so easy to pray.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a constant thinking and all this stuff. But I feel like, especially like now, like things are harder. Like life is getting harder, and now I feel like I'm constantly having to remind myself, like I'll find myself praying, and like those thoughts will come up of like why can't you just make this easy for me? Like why can't you help me out? And in reality, he is.
Yeah.
It's like these hard things he's using to build me, and it's like I have to constantly remind myself like no, you still need to be thankful for the hard moments.
Yeah.
Like you still need to give thanks for these things. Like continue to give glory to God even in the hard moments, because he's using them to then build you up.
Yeah. That's where you grow the most.
Yeah,
Is whenever you go through stuff.
exactly.
You don't really grow when your life is super good.
Mm-mm.
But I guess you kind of can.
You have to be very like,
Intentional.
well, yeah, like, yeah.
It's a good question though. Have
What do you,
you?
wait, what were you gonna say?
Wait, what?
I was gonna say, like, have you ever thought about prayer and reading and stuff like that? Like for me, I feel like I hold prayer higher than reading. Well, I mean, in reality, it's all important, but
Yeah.
like for me, I think I hold prayer closer to me than I do reading,
Yeah.
because I think my mindset is like, obviously, obviously reading is very important, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how you learn more, because that's God's word. That's how you learn more. But praying is that intimate relationship with God.
Yeah.
That's your connection to
Yeah.
him, like you're actually talking to him. So it's like, and I forgot where I heard this, but they were talking about in other countries where it's illegal to be a Christian. They don't have the Bible. They don't have these things, but they pray, and it's like at the end of the day, when you don't have anything, you always have prayer,
Yeah.
you know?
That's true. I feel like I've just held reading the Bible higher because whenever I pray, my thoughts are so loud, and so it's easier to read the Bible because you can actually see
Hmm.
the words and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's different for everyone though, and it's different at
It
different
is,
times
yeah.
in my life.
Yeah. Like sometimes,
Like this summer, it was so easy. Everything's just so good in the summer. I feel like it was so easy to pray this summer, and then like obviously, whenever my mind mental stuff gets way worse in the winter, and then it's way hard to pray. But it's easier to read the Bible.
hmm,
Did you see it? Oh no, I didn't even send you the Bible verse I found it. I'll show you.
okay.
I took a picture of it. Anyways, next question.
It's your turn.
Yeah, I need to see what
Oh,
our viewers ask. Okay.
got McDonald's.
Ooh, this is good. This one's really good.
Who
How
said
do
it? Who said it? Shout
um
them out.
wait, let me read it. I don't know.
Oh,
I can't.
let me see what it says.
Oh, Ethan.
Oh, Ethan. We know an Ethan.
Yeah, we do. Okay, how do you balance speaking truth with showing
You can't
grace?
show them the question.
I can't see that far. We're so
Oh, okay. What was
How do
it?
you balance speaking truth with showing grace? I remember hearing about this the other day, actually.
Mm,
A lot of Christians now, they either speak truth, only no grace, and that's judgment, or they speak with grace and no truth, and that's people pleasing.
Yeah, there's definitely a fine line for sure. There's
And it has to be like the right environment, the right conversation.
yeah, and it's
But it's I think like within a relationship.
yeah, it depends on who you're speaking to. Like
Yeah, but we're talking about
obviously,
like in a relationship.
oh yeah, in a relationship, like obviously you need to be equally yoked, right? So it's
Yeah, which
like,
I remember whenever we went to Florida.
uh-huh.
Remember whenever? Okay, wait. Side note. This is funny. We all sat down on the couch, and then you and Trish were like, "Do you want to do a Bible study?" And I was like, oh, "Okay, yeah." So we get out our Bibles and stuff, and you'll immediately walk in and just start like writing stuff. And I was like, "What?" I don't do that. I just like read and then like think about it. But y'all were just writing stuff for like 10 minutes. So I just sat there like I already read. And it said something about equally
Oh
yoked,
yeah.
and you're like, this whole time I thought I was talking about egg yolks.
Yeah. I didn't know what it actually was.
A lot of people don't. I
Because I
don't
feel
know.
like nobody's ever explained it. They
They
just
say be
say
equally yoked.
yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, okay,
Egg
so
yolk. Which
you
it
gotta have
kind of makes
2 equal
sense.
egg
Like they need to
yolks.
be the same size egg yolk.
Yeah.
It does make sense. Okay, anyways.
um,
Continue. I was thinking about that story the other day.
yeah. So I in a relationship, you know, the fine line between grace and truth obviously depends on whatever you're talking about. You know, there are harder topics to talk about than others. Now, giving grace is obviously, I feel like, very important because if you come off as very hard and too judgmental and throwing the book in somebody's face, I mean, what does that do? It pushes somebody away, you know? And it's like for me, like as Christians, we're called to be Christ like, right?
Yeah.
Like and obviously Jesus is the perfect example of this. Like he he was serious when he needed to be, but he saw people's hearts. So if he saw they were hurting, obviously he didn't throw the book in their face, right?
Yeah.
He like accepted them, like he was gracious to them. And then once they were comforted, he was like he led by example. He slowly brought these things, right? So it wasn't like he just threw the book at them all at once and was like fix yourself, and then like he didn't throw the truth at them immediately, because then what would have happened? Like if I go up to you and I'm like, hey, change this and this, like you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, what are you gonna do? You're gonna just
Yeah.
yeah,
Turn
you'd be like, I don't
away.
even want to be around this guy anymore.
Yeah.
He's so judgmental. But I think there's a fine line of obviously you want to bring the truth. You want to live by the word, but you also don't want to push somebody away from the word.
Yeah.
So in a relationship, I think it's very important to be gracious with each other first. Be gracious first.
Yeah.
Speak the truth in the grace, because if you are gracious, you are living in truth, right? You're taking that step. You're being, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you're being Christ-like by being gracious,
Yeah.
right? And then in that, whenever you make, because when you're gracious, you're making that connection. You're bringing it back together, and whenever you do that, then you're able to start talking about, like, okay, well, if you're feeling this way, why are you feeling this way? Like, why do you think you did that? That's a better way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because then you're comforting that person, but then you're also saying, hey, let's be better.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree.
I feel like I just talked the whole time.
Yeah, I agree. That was good.
Yep.
Okay, next question.
Okay, you got to answer this whole one, because I think I answered the last one too.
What?
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully someone said a good one.
Which one did you just read?
That one.
Mm, this is a good one.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
How do you handle conflict in a Christ honoring way?
All right. Well, guys, I'm still trying to figure this one out, actually. Okay. I'm actually still trying to figure this one out, so I don't really have the answer. Well, I know how I should be, but I haven't caught up to that yet. Basically, which um how to handle conflict in the God honoring way. Well, okay. Well, okay. First, which I have gotten better at, I'll just say like whenever I used to like anytime I'd be upset or something, I would just become so evil. Like, I would like just point out everything wrong, you know,
I don't know.
and just talk like not using like I wouldn't like say anything bad, obviously not like that, but like I just wasn't really gracious at all. I feel like I've grown in that. I've learned to hold my tongue whenever we get into arguments or like whenever we have disagreements. Then sometimes you're like, "Why? Why are you quiet?" I'm just like, I'm trying not to say anything I don't want to say. So I've gotten better with it because that whenever you say stuff you don't want to say in an argument, you have so much like regret from that forever. Like it takes a long time for that to go away. I can I can speak from that firsthand. But I don't know, like just pray before you, well, I guess if you're in an argument, try to pray in your head unless you want to pause the argument and pray together, which we've never done. Which would be good.
Yeah,
Oh wait, didn't we like say we were gonna try to do that?
yeah,
We don't really get into arguments, we just have disagreements. I imagine arguments is like yelling, stuff like that. Don't you?
yeah. I mean, arguments or disagreements.
Well, disagreement sounds a little bit better.
What?
We don't like. Okay, just answer the question though,
What?
because I don't know.
I feel like,
We still like whenever we are arguing though, we don't like just like throw everything out the door. You know, I'm trying to imagine of like toxic people arguing and they're like yelling and then just like
yeah.
stuff like
Well, it
that.
said conflict, not
Oh,
argument.
I don't know. You want to answer this?
Oh my goodness.
Ask you a question I'll know the answer to. I'm still growing over here, guys.
So we all are.
Okay, go.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Did I answer it good? I didn't even answer it, guys. I'm talking so close to the mic.
Okay. The question. What was the question again? How do
How do you
you?
handle conflict in a God honoring way?
Well, one, you always have to remember that the other person is like is God's. You know, they're not your person. You know,
Yeah, that's
like
true.
like we talked about that last night. You know, like you're not mine. I'm not yours. Like we are God's, but God allowed us to be together. You know, so it's like how can I like obviously we're gonna get in disagreements
Yeah.
because we're together all the time. Like we don't have the same mind, you know, but we have the same creator. Like we're gonna get in disagreements. Now when we do get in those disagreements, you really have to take a second. Like you have to step back and think like, okay, why are they thinking like this? Like where's their heart at? You know?
Yeah.
Like you have to try to see from the other person's perspective, but also at the same time, both people have to be doing that. You know, because if one person's doing it and the other person's not, then more conflict arises, because then it turns into a, you know, like it kind of turns into a selfish thing at that point, because
Yeah.
the one person is taking a step back and trying to see from the other person's point of view, but then the other person is stuck and they're keeping things alive and they're keeping it going. So in a relationship, if you want to honor each other, if you want to honor God, whenever there is conflict, it's best to just both take a step back, understand and know that you still love each other, because that's very important. But then also understand that you can't control the other person. You can't control the way the other person thinks. So try to understand, you
Yeah.
know, try to understand where the other person is coming from. And it doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't ever have to be like where things are like, obviously it's frustrating when when somebody disagrees with you.
Yeah.
But if you just talk normally and say, "Look, I don't understand why you're thinking like this, but can you just tell me why you are?" And then listen, like actually listen. Let one person talk at a time. And then after all of that, try to come to a compromise,
Yeah.
And sometimes you may not, you know? Like sometimes you may not be able to compromise. And then you have to learn to let things go.
Yeah, like our premarital counselor said, what did he say? He was like, whenever you actually forgive someone, like after an argument or something, true forgiveness is not bringing it up ever again.
Hmm.
Which is good.
Yeah. You have to learn to let things go. And also, like, just try to reflect Jesus as much as
Yeah. And
possible.
I think about that too, like, we're so young right now.
Hmm.
Especially, I mean, I'm not saying I'm especially younger than you, but I am younger than you, but also, like, I'm a girl. So I feel like I just feel my emotions so heavy, you know? And I just imagine, like, in a few years, how am I going to react in arguments? I'm probably going to be like, I'm going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I was so emotional. But I can't help it, guys. I'm a girl, okay?
That's an excuse.
Okay, next question. Say in dating though. Oh wait, no, sorry guys. We're looking at the other questions. uh, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, let's see. This is a good one. What helped you stay committed during hard seasons?
Well, we've only been dating for like 9 months. I don't know how many months it's been.
We've had hard seasons though.
Yeah. I guess all I really think about is I just go back to in my head I'm like, okay, all that really matters in a person is that they're following Jesus. That's all that matters because everything else follows that. So whenever like it's hard stuff, I just think like none of it's really gonna matter in a few years, or even in a few days, because I mean they're just committed to following Jesus. That's all you really want in
Mm,
somebody.
yeah.
So why would you leave that? That'd be a good question. How do you know? How do you know someone is the one?
Yeah.
I just
Also,
answered it. my opinion.
I saw another good one. Let's see.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I do agree with you.
Because that's all that.
But not only like follow Jesus, but how do they treat you? You know, like are they serving? Are they like, do they
well,
actually?
no, yeah, I said like follow Jesus. All the other things follow that.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
So this one actually does. What does it mean to serve your spouse as Christ served the church?
Ooh.
What does that mean?
Um.
We can put it like this: how can you serve each other?
Well, I think it just depends on the person. Like,
Yeah.
with me, I can tell the ways that you serve me is like by doing stuff to protect me from overthinking and to protect my mind. That's the way that you serve me. Well, obviously, you serve me in a lot of other ways. But, like, with you, it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's such random little things.
Wait, what do you mean?
To,
Like, how do you serve me?
like, well, this is getting personal.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
I was thinking like, well, whenever my mind's really bad and I really, really am trying to fight my thoughts, a way that I try to honor you, like I pray, I'm like, God, help me honor him best, even though my mind or my thoughts are really bad. The way that I can serve you is by bringing everything to God and not coming to you for those things. Because that ultimately helps you. That's like the main thing that I do. Did we just have a moment?
I think I meant more generic. Like how are you supposed to serve
You
each other?
can wash each other's feet. He rubs my feet.
I think one of us is doing more serving than the other. That's okay.
Is it?
It's okay.
I try my best.
I think I meant it though in a more.
Sometimes I buy you random stuff.
Yeah.
That's serving. Because I think of you, like the lollipop the other day. I thought of him when I saw a green lollipop, so I bought it for him.
And green is not even my favorite color. Oh okay, wait, that's not in this video. It's on the other video. Yeah. She thought my favorite color was green.
When I know it's lavender. I've always known that.
She said, your favorite color is green. I said, no, it's not. She said, it's blue. I said, no, it's not.
I've always known it's lavender. My brain just had a brain fart.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
I know it. I was gonna say pink, but
okay. Now let's say, how did you know that I was the one for you, though?
How did I know?
Yeah.
Well, it was just by like how you carried yourself, you know?
Really?
Yeah, it's how you carried yourself, and the way you spoke about God, and like just the things that we would talk about were very intentional, and everything just kind of, like I don't know how to explain it.
We just clicked so fast.
You did trick me a little bit though. She got me, guys. She was putting on a front for a little bit.
Not. Well, I'm not gonna dump my anxiety on you on our first date. I told you on our first date I struggle with anxiety. I remember telling you that. And you're like, huh? You didn't think anything of it. Guys, you know the story of how I knew I loved Bo. I'll tell you. So we were at the beach. Actually, no, this is too personal. I don't want to dump anybody's stuff on there. So never mind. Okay, next question. Last question. Let's go.
Oh, wait. I thought we were only doing 5.
How many did we do?
A lot.
Let's do one more.
Let's see.
Just make sure you double check before you ask me a question because you can catch me off guard. Ooh. That's pretty good.
Well, we kind of already have talked about that in our other ones.
We didn't ever post that one.
We did it?
No, because
Okay, ready? How do you view gender roles or leadership in marriage? What's your view on it?
okay, well, I have been learning my view of it because I've been learning the
I
actual
think
meaning.
my this. Let me move this over.
I've been learning the actual meaning of like being a godly helper and what a godly leader is. And so, well, I'm traditional. I think the woman should stay home with the babies and make dinner and clean the house. That sounds so fun to me. Like how can a woman not want to do that? That sounds so fulfilling. Um, and then I see the man as the provider and the protector. How do you see it? How do you see godly leadership in
I agree.
marriage?
I think those are physical things.
I
You
keep
know?
answering all these questions wrong.
No, you're not answering them wrong. What?
I'm just gonna stop talking. Just kidding.
No, I mean those are like
How do you okay, I'll say how you can be a godly helper and you say how to be a godly leader in marriage. We're not married yet though, so we don't know everything.
wait, what?
How,
Confused.
gender roles, like
Oh,
the
okay.
godly helper or the godly leader. Actually you can go first.
Like, am I speaking about?
Godly leader.
Okay. Well, as a man, I believe you obviously like you are you are the head of the house, right? God is the head of you. You are the head of the house. So, and obviously God's over everything, over your whole family. But you are supposed to be the person that your family looks to in spiritual matters, physical matters, you know, everything like that. Like you're supposed to be the leader. Now, how that looks is like she was talking about a second ago. Like you're the protector, you're the provider, you're the person who is putting things in place for your family. Now, spiritually, the man is supposed to be the one who. What's the best way I can put this? Like, I don't know the best way I can word this, but like basically, spiritually, you are supposed to be the one like bringing the word to the family. Like you are the one who needs to be praying over everybody. You need to be the one who is bringing everybody to God. You need to be the one who is making God known to your family. You're the one bringing God to the house, basically.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can word it. And if I worded that wrong, I have good intentions behind what I say. Like I don't know how else to explain
Yeah.
it really. Like,
And then
yeah,
yeah, and then the godly helper, like they help their husband fulfill the role as a leader.
yeah,
Like you are helping your husband reach their God given potential. Which then you helping your husband, they end up helping you in return because obviously like that's just what happens, and then you both are just growing.
yeah,
And I also saw this thing that was like as a wife, you get to speak into your husband, and then you get to watch God work through the way that you speak to them and about them and pray for them.
yeah, yeah. I saw this thing that talked about like the wife controls the what's it called? Like a wife that speaks life into her husband, like speaks life into the family,
Yeah.
because like obviously as a husband, right, as a man, you're doing all these things like you want the best for your family. But if the wife is constantly bringing you down, not supporting you, not motivating you, well then as a man you get discouraged, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like to have a strong family in God, the wife has to be strong, the husband has to be strong. And if if one is not filling their role or their duty, then it all comes crumbling down.
Yeah.
And I feel like that can be hard,
Yeah.
because, well, I'm sorry, I'll let you talk.
Oh no, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, for us, we're not married yet, but like there's things that I get stressed out about, you know, and then you also get stressed out about, but then whenever you get stressed out about them, and then you come to me and you're like, we need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm like, I've already been thinking that, but like the thing is like, as the wife, you're supposed to motivate and encourage and be like, you got this, like you can do this, push through it, you got this, like be that like support in a way, because then when you have that as a man, you have something to grasp onto. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Whereas like if you're already stressed out about work or money or things and all this other stuff, and then your wife is also stressing you out about the stuff, you kind of get to a breaking point,
Yeah.
to where you don't have that support. And it gets hard.
Yeah, it's true. And we talked about this at premarital counseling, that obviously God hardwired men to want respect, and then He hardwired women to want love. So whenever you're not respecting your husband, then how can they fully love you? It's not like they're holding back on purpose.
Yeah.
But it's like it just naturally happens. When you're not respecting them, then you're choking out the love, which is what you want. So you're just hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Same with like if a man's not loving the wife, then the wife's losing respect.
Yep.
So
it's important to like be Christ-like, even in moments where you feel like, things are going wrong, or like you're not agreeing with each other, or all these things. That's why it's important to just remember, like, this person sitting across from me, Jesus is also trying to work in them. So I just need to give them that love anyways. Even if you don't feel like doing it, even if you are in a disagreement or in an argument and you feel like this person doesn't understand me at all, okay, maybe they don't. But, if you give them that love, it'll comfort them, and it'll bring them to then have a clear mind.
yeah, it's very good. Remember that quote I told you the other day? It said, you're going to argue with everyone in life, but with marriage, you get to choose who you're going to argue with for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Good thing I'm so mature in arguments and stuff.
So
good thing I'm so mature with our arguments and stuff. Oh, got a good one for you. Anyways, that's the end of this episode because we got to go to church. What time is it?
Oh, we gotta go to church. I
gotta
get
put
dressed.
jeans on.
I gotta get
Okay,
dressed.
well, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below.